What we're talking about today? We are talking about insurance. What is it and how you use it to leverage things. So we're also going into some benefits. I've had some questions from people concerning benefits that they might have, whether or not they will lose them. There's questions about law, whether it be man's law or questions about the spiritual side of law. I want you to put the message. All right, let's get on this now. Hello, yours truly, Marie, representing for UNARepublic and UNA University. And I'm just saying, hello, welcome everybody. Hello, my people on TikTok. UNA. Yeah, hello everybody. I'm yours truly, Marie, with UNA University and UNARepublic, and welcome. All right, what we're talking about today? We are talking about insurance. Insurance. What is it? What is it? And how you use it to leverage things. So we're also going into some benefits. I've had some questions from people concerning benefits that they might have, whether or not they will lose them. We're going to go into what the benefits are and why you will not lose them. All right. And also we're going into some spiritual stuff today. So I want y'all to stay tuned. All right. Because I'm going to take some time. I got time today. So we're going to get into this. I want y'all to hang out with me. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section, because I do want to hear from you. If there's questions about law, whether it be man's law or questions about the spiritual side of law, or even if we're going into some of the topics we're dealing with tonight, which is insurance, I want you to put the message in the comment section. All right, let's get on this now. Before we go into it, I got the membership package. Those of you all who are interested in signing up for our membership package, where you get the trust documents. This is making sure that you're protected, where you get your membership badge as well as your allodial ID with the QR code, where your documents are on record not only with the county but also with UNA. All right. So if you're wanting this package, find the link in the bio. All right. Go and find the link in the bio and leave your name and number. If you don't find the link, leave a name and number in the inbox. My people on YouTube, find the link in the comment section. I want y'all to know I love you. I appreciate you. I'm so glad to be able to be here with you on this day. How y'all doing? What does that do? Thank you for the question. The one. This document, this set of documents here, this really is the creation of your nation and putting it on record with the county, such that you are establishing your own jurisdiction. Now, for those of us who are sovereign and we understand the importance of walking in righteousness, all right, we understand this document and how powerful it is, because what this means is if somebody's trying to come up and kidnap you, they call it arresting. But if the policy enforcers are kidnapping you or taking you away in handcuffs, well, you got this. There's a protection there. Now, if you do dumb things, you hurt somebody, harm somebody, well, there is no protection from you, and that's coming from the spiritual side of this game, all right? But this document here gives protection. When we're talking about the membership badge, it shows that you are a standing member with UNA. Real quick, I want y'all to understand that UNA is registered, or I should not say registered, on record as a private religious organization, all right? Why is that important? When you have established your own religion or your religion, then what happens is all of these policy enforcers, they have to respect that. All right. And that's what has happened. UNA has established what our religious beliefs are. This is why we have this beginner law book. These are the laws that we stand on. So you'll find the universal law, the hierarchy of laws, the maxims of law. The maxims of law are God's laws, and they come directly from the Bible, and that's what we stand on. So throughout this book, you'll find all of those laws. Why is that important? Because once we have established our own jurisdiction and our own God that we're standing under, then all of these other agencies have to respect that. All right. So one of the ways this came in handy is when there was the issue where a lot of people's jobs were trying to get them to, or force them into taking the jab. Well, once they got this badge, they showed this badge, their company had to back off. All right. The company had to back off. And it doesn't necessarily, just for you to know, you don't have to have our badge. You can create your own. This is why we help you establish your own nation. You can clearly create your own. So it's not even about us or our badge. However, if you haven't established that, or you don't know how to establish that, they showed this and their company backed off. Just like that. It went from, hey, we're going to fire you if you don't get this jab, to, oh, my bad, let me step back. All right. That's why this is important. And then your allodial ID. All right. With your allodial ID, this deals with your spiritual name. Okay. With your spiritual name, you're establishing a new name for this vessel. And on the back, there's a QR code where all of your documents are on record, where if at any point you need to get to them, you need to view them, you need to print them, they're on record and you'll be able to get to them quickly. All right. That's what these documents do. I hope that has helped you. And also, this is a document you can use when you're wanting, so our members start to walk in their spiritual name. All right. So we take on a spiritual name. When you get into the university, or you decide you want to get the membership package, and you can find the link in the bio, and you're going to learn what a spiritual name is and how to use it, how to stand in it. All right. I hope that answered your question. I think it was the one. Bud Rose says, what county? There's a county in Georgia that we use, but you can also put them on record in your county as well. Thank you for that question. All right. Let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my water because I got time today. I got time today. All right, we're getting into this thing. Insurance. What is insurance? I need to be clear on this insurance thing. When we're talking about, for example, driving insurance, vehicle insurance. All right, let's understand from just, you can even call it a legal perspective, but it doesn't matter what perspective you call it. Let's talk about it from what a realistic perspective of what insurance is. It is gambling. It is gambling. All right. And so what you got to understand when I say gambling, exactly what insurance is. All right. Insurance is saying, hey, I bet you won't get in a car accident within the next year. And if you do, I'm going to give you $100,000. And all these other stipulations that they put in. That's the gamble. I bet you won't get in an accident within the next year. And I'm betting you this much. So you pay me this much. All right. And then if you get in a car accident, I'm going to give you $100,000. But if you don't get anything. You just get to keep paying me. All right. So a lot of y'all got, but what about protecting the people, Diva? The people need to be protected. For those of y'all who know the game, everything is already paid for. Everything is already paid for. Now, do you have to have insurance? No, you don't. Remember I just told you about this? They're telling you, yes, you do have to have insurance to be able to drive, Diva. I'm not telling you not to have insurance. Go ahead and get insurance. But what I am telling you is that from a religious standpoint, when you say, I don't gamble, my God says that that's not something I partake in. But what if somebody get in an accident and they hit you, Diva? How we going? It's already paid for. we get into in the class how you insure yourself. You got to be in the class, and we go into that. But I wanted to go deeper into insurance and understand from another perspective what insurance is, okay? Now, remember I just talked to you about how you go and you get this insurance on your car and they say, okay, we'll protect you for $100,000. I need y'all to understand that there is a bond, a financial instrument being created when you sign your name. When you sign your name on those documents, there is a financial instrument that we call, it's a bond. And it's worth $100,000. These people cannot guarantee you $100,000 unless your signature is behind it and there's a financial instrument where you have already signed it. They can't guarantee you that because they don't have money. You're the one with all the money. When you walk in there and you say, hey, I need to insure my car. And they go, okay, we're going to give you $100,000 worth of insurance coverage on your car. And then we need you to sign here. All right. And then we need you to give us $400 down, and then you're going to pay us $200 a week. Okay. So I need y'all to understand what's going on. All right. There's a bond that you're signing in the background whereby it's $100,000 coverage. They can only cover you that much if there is a financial instrument or a bond and you are the one who's signing for it. I need you to also understand that that bond is in your name. You know what happens at the end of that year and that $100,000 bond is sitting there and you didn't have an accident? Well, they get to keep the $100,000 financial instrument. And please understand, it is very much worth the full amount that they said they were going to cover you for. So yes, there is $100,000 bond. Well, what happened to it, Diva? What? You don't claim it. Because you never claimed it, well, they get to keep it. I need y'all to understand how this game is and what's going on. Because I'm going to tell you some things that you can do to leverage when you're putting down insurance. If you're going to put down insurance on a car, all right, you're going to get insurance on a car. You're going to start learning how to leverage that insurance. Let's say you get $1 million worth of insurance on your car. All right. Now you can start talking differently to banks because they're going to give you 75% of that vehicle, of the value of that vehicle, because you got insurance. So let me get back on this insurance and what it is. When you go in to get insurance for your car and they're giving you $100,000 policy of coverage, understand that whatever they're quoting you, that $100,000, that is coming from your estate. That you notice now. See, watch out. What they ask you for? They ask you for that Social Security number. Why are they asking you for that? Because when you sign that document and that $100,000 policy, they're putting that Social Security number on there. They're going to tap into that. And when they tap into that, they're going to get that $100,000 from your estate. So what happens is when you, after a year, when you leave and you don't claim that policy or that financial instrument that they created, well, you have abandoned the property. Y'all pay attention now. This is how that game goes. After 3 years, whatever financial instrument they have, that you have abandoned it if you haven't come back and claimed it. And so that's what's been going on. Y'all ever notice, like, where they tell somebody who wants to adopt a child, you got to wait 3 years? Because 3 years is the time period. All of it deals with abandoned property. So when you go and you get your insurance, and yeah, you're going to pay them every month or whatever, and they have created this financial instrument. They have to by law. They can't give you money if you get in an accident. This is why they upset. You go and get in an accident and you cause so much damage and they got to pay out 20, 30,000, 40,000. Well, they upset. Now they're like, oh, you know what? I didn't get to keep the whole 100,000. I'm upset. Now we're going to jack your prices up, and good luck trying to get insurance with us or anybody else, because we can't make a bet with you. You don't even drive safely. As I told you, insurance is just a gamble. We can't gamble with you because you don't know how to drive out here. And you mess around and we don't get to keep the whole 100,000. We got to pay 30,000 out to you. Well, I'm aggravated about that. And we're going to raise your rates up. Okay. But when you don't have an accident and they get to keep that whole $100,000, it's because you didn't go back and claim your assets, claim your estates. This is what I mean when I'm saying we starting to now learn how to claim those things that belong to us. All right? So now we're getting into this. We're understanding. All right, wait a minute. They just created a $100,000 policy and it belongs to me. Watch this now. Watch this. Home insurance. Home insurance. You go in and you get, let me rephrase that because I want to talk about the home insurance that people pay for. And then the company gets to keep the funds in the event that somebody they foreclose on the house or they stop paying. All right, this is what happens. You go in to purchase a house, and on that good faith estimate, it's got the house costs this, the land costs this, and the other this costs this, and then it's got insurance costs this, and you got to pay for that insurance. Let me tell you what that insurance is. First of all, once again, it's in your name. The insurance is in your name. But what happens is, in the event that they foreclose on you, watch this now, they get the full value of the house. If your house was $200,000, they're going to get $200,000 because of this insurance that you were paying on that's in your name, that you didn't claim. Now, lawfully and legally, if they foreclose on the house, you are supposed to get funds back that you paid them. Not only that, you're supposed to get the instrument back. Well, we never claim that. We don't know to claim that. They keep it. But after 3 years, you haven't claimed it. Well, not only do they get to keep this full amount, they keeping a financial instrument, because you remember that good faith estimate you signed? That's a financial instrument. So they got $200,000 from the good faith instrument. Then they get another $200,000 from the insurance. We're not even going to talk about what they're making on the stock market. I'm just letting you know that this insurance game is a racket. We're going to start picking up a racket and playing this game ourselves. Miss Janice says, good afternoon, I'm late. Come on in, Miss Janice. I got time today. All right, so now, are we understanding this insurance game and how powerful it is? How do we flip the script now? Pay attention. How do we flip the script? All right, now we get ready to get to the point where we start using this insurance to our advantage. All right, so now, when you understand now that when you go and get insurance for your home insurance, and they're giving you, let's just say it's $1 million worth of coverage on your home insurance. All right, you got $1 million worth of coverage. I need y'all to understand you can use this insurance as an asset. Yeah, now you're going to start learning how to use insurance as an asset, because you have a $1 million financial instrument in your name now. Somebody has created an insurance product that now you can take it and use it as leverage when you're purchasing things. This is what we learn in the university. I, again, encourage you all to get in UNA University so we can take you through it. As a matter of fact, we walk you through it step by step. We going through it. We're not going to just keep talking about it. No, we're doing it. Because we're not just talking about just purchasing a home and then you stressed out, oh Lord, how I'm going to pay for it, what I'm going to do. No. You get ready to start getting properties that have multiple peoples on them. And it's already paying for whatever property you decide to be in. That's what we're talking about. We're not just talking about just getting something just to do it. No, we get ready to be in paradise. As a matter of fact, I'm already in it. I want y'all to be there. Come on, let's go. All right. Insurance. Yes, I'm telling you, it is a gamble. That is what it is. If you're going to be involved in it, if you're going to buy it, if you're going to purchase it, let's recognize what it is and how to use it to our advantage. Anytime there is insurance, they're going to ask you for your social security number. Let us get this clear and straight. If somebody's asking you for your social security number, know for certain that they are tapping into your estate. Please know it. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Somebody, my Jupiter says over here, I'm dropping supreme jewels. That's right. All right. But know for certain that if they're taking your social security number, they're creating a financial instrument. What you need to know that is that it is an asset to you. And we're going to start learning how to use them. That's an asset to you. How do we take this financial instrument to a bank and say, hey, I got a financial instrument here worth $1 million. See, this is what we're talking about when we're saying leverage your money. This is what we're talking about. We say leverage your money. Because now I go from, okay, I need insurance. How much is $1 million insurance policy? Okay, let's say that $1 million insurance policy is $4,000. Okay. So I got my hands on $4,000. I bought this $1 million insurance policy. Now I can go after $1 million home. Let's just say I want to go after a $200,000 property. And I got this $1 million insurance policy. This is how we start using it, leveraging it to get something we really desire. We leverage it to get things that are going to make money for us so that we can live in peace in whatever we desire, whatever we vision, all right? We got to get that. We get into that level. We've understood what it is when we're talking about driving and you have car insurance and you can create your own insurance. That's great. But even with that car insurance, you need to recognize that it is an asset. $100,000 worth of protection on a policy, $100,000 financial instrument was created. It belongs to you. We're going to learn how to start claiming them. We're going to learn how to start using them as leverage. You start getting into your home insurance. How are we using that? If you've ever had a situation where there was a foreclosure, someone who had a foreclosure. I can go so deep into this, but I have to say, some of the stuff I have to say in class because y'all do stuff you shouldn't do. I'm not getting into that right now, but I'm making sure we speak about it in class because we don't want people hurting others with this information. Texas says, thank you for waking me up. Can I create a promissory note and deposit it? Thank you, Texas. You can, but you have to know how to do it because you got to understand, you cannot walk into a bank. Listen up. Pay attention now. You're not going to just walk into a bank and tell the teller, I got this instrument. They're not going to understand that because the instrument you're talking about is a private instrument. When you go into a bank that is public, you got to learn how to walk in the private. Okay, so that's why you have to come into the class because it's not just as simple as walking in there and go, hey, I got this thing. Put it on. They're going to look at you like you're crazy because you're in the public trying to do things that you're supposed to do in the private. All right. Any insurance that has your social or your even EIN, because in most cases, a lot of cases, not all of them, when you're going to get this insurance, it's going to be on even if you have an EIN in some cases, they want your private social security number. Okay, that's fine. But either way, when you go and get any kind of insurance, somebody got to sign on it. Somebody has to sign. Without a signature, you can't get any insurance because you are the one who's making everything move, because these people don't have money. They don't have money. You are the money. When you sign, notice how your checks, you better sign that check. You don't sign that check, nobody can cash it. All right, because the money is your signature. All right, so when you're going and you're dealing with business insurance, somebody's got to sign for that. So remember, there's going to be a bond created on all insurance policies. They're not going to tell you that because most of the people, your insurance agency is clueless. Your insurance agent, they clueless. They don't know anything about what's going on in the background. All they know is, girl, and pay attention to what happens. I'm going to give you an example of what happens. So you know that the money is coming out of your state right away. Pay attention now. Let's say you get a life insurance policy, term life, all right? And let's say the policy is $500,000. All right, you're getting a $500,000 term life insurance policy. And let's say you paying $200 a month. I don't know because if I'm telling you to get a term life, I'm going to show you how to use this $500,000 policy, because they want you to go, well, you won't get this until you die, or why I want it now. I'm going to show you something. Pay attention. Take notes. You pay $200 a month for this term life insurance policy. Okay. Now, your agent is going to get, if they're a good agent and they've been in it for some time, they're going to get $200 within 14 to 30 days. You're going to pay $200. They're going to get $200 within 14 to 30 days. Ask your insurance agents. They'll tell you. So I'm going to tell you how much they're going to get. They're going to get between $150 to $200 within 14 to 30 days. Ask your insurance agents. Now, watch this. What company is going to be able to pay somebody $200 right up front and then they don't make anything? Because your next $200 is not going to be for another month. All right, I need you to pay attention to what I'm saying. Well, see, they're going to get the other money off the back end deal, but they're going to... And then in some insurance companies, the agent continues to make money every time you pay. Okay, let me tell you what's happening. I told you that they're getting your social security number, and these term life policies, I'm not a fan of. I don't like people in my business that deep. I just don't. What's your health status, and what your doctor say, and how you comb your hair, and what's your last name, and what your mama name is. And policy, though, what has happened is a $500,000 financial instrument has been created and has been coming out of your out of your estate. A $500,000. That's why they need that social. That's why they need your signature. All right. And so now that this $500,000 policy has come out of your estate, now they can pay. Yeah, they can pay you. Here you go, $200. Yeah, take that. Take that. Because we just got a whole $500,000 off of it. Thank you. Duke says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. These are the secrets they don't want us to know. Yeah, I'm blowing the lid off the thing today, but really in class we actually do it. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to do it. We're going to put all of this to work, because it's one thing to know it, then it's another thing to actually put it into action. All right, because questions come up, you start to stumble, you get a little bit nervous, you talk to your relatives, and your relatives are clueless, and then they got you scared because they don't know what the hell they doing. And so you need to be around people who are going to help you walk through it. This when you don't know these things, it's walking through the darkness. It's good to have somebody there with you who can really help you answer questions that other people around you cannot answer. You're not going to go into the bank and ask these people, well, how am I supposed to do this? Think about it. If the bankers knew what you know and the stuff we're talking about, would they be working for $11 an hour? 12, 14, 15, I don't know what they get paid, $15. Would they be working for that? Even $22 an hour? Would you be working for that? Or would you be out living your best life? Doing what you feel that you've been called to do? No. You got to understand, they don't know this stuff. So there's no way you're going to be able to ask them. You need to be around other people who know, so that they can help you when you have questions, okay? If I have any questions, I want y'all to leave a comment in the comment section so I can answer your questions. I've talked about insurance, all right? Understanding and recognizing the game. I was talking to one of my partners the other day, and I need y'all to understand that when we're talking about those who are running this game, they count differently than you do. They count differently than you do. What does that mean? I'm gonna give you an example. This how, and when I say this, y'all know who I'm talking about, because I don't want y'all to act like this is a racist thing. We know who owns the vast majority of the NFL teams. We know who owns the vast majority of the NBA teams. We know who owns the vast majority of, even your Major League Baseball. We know who owns those, what type of people own those, okay? And I'm letting you know they count differently. So you and me, we're like, okay, one for you and one for me. This is how they count. They were like, 1 for you and 1, 2 for me. And 3 for you and 1, 2, 3 for me. 4 for you and 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. And then we don't get why they keep getting so rich and we can't come up. You don't understand how to count. So let me give you this in a real world situation. I had a partner who gets this this $1 million property, all right? And in this property, it's already bringing in money. So what happens is he gets a contract to buy the property, $1 million on the property. So now we're going to leverage this insurance to pay for the property. So go to the bank. Hey, bank, we got $1 million insurance policy over here, and I got a contract here to buy the property. So the bank said, well, okay, we're going to give you 75% of the value on the contract. Now, the property worth $1 million, but they was only selling it for $333,000. Okay? Property worth $1 million. They're selling it for $333,000. So the bank is like, well, we're going to give you 75% of the value on the contract. So what happens is, now we're leveraging this insurance over here because we got $1 million over here. We got this property worth $1 million. But then this contract, which is another financial instrument. I need y'all to understand there are 3 financial instruments at play in this game. There's the insurance policy as $1 million. There's the building itself, which is $1 million. And then there's that contract, that sales contract for $333,000. Now they only want to give him the value of that contract. But had that contract been jacked up to $1 million, he would have gotten more. but he only went in with this contract, so they gave him the value on that contract. Meanwhile, let's understand this. If that building goes down, they get that $1 million building, they get the $1 million insurance, and then they get the $333 contract. I'm showing you how they just added up. They're like, yeah, we're going to give you 75% of the property, the value of the contract rather, but I'm only giving you $250,000, and I get ownership of this $1 million building. That's how they count. You got to learn how they count. I hope y'all understanding what I'm saying. The whole thing fringes on this insurance policy over here. We get this insurance policy opened up on this $1 million insurance policy on this $1 million building. Then I got a $333,000 contract to buy it, and I take this to the bank. Now they're willing to give me 75% of the contract. Meanwhile, the whole building is worth $1 million. Y'all got to understand this game, how this insurance is coming into play, and these financial instruments are being used so you can start playing the game. These are the things we haven't been taught. I hope y'all following me. Y'all quiet. Did I lose you? I lost you. All right. Y'all better come to class. And when you see me on here, make sure you have a pen and paper, because you want to take notes. Because I'm letting you know that, those, especially the ones in my class, you coming into your wealth. You're regaining knowledge and you're regaining your wealth. This is why we're going through stewardship, to make sure you can hold on to it. Going through nation formation to make sure you understand how to create your own jurisdiction. Somebody asked me, what are these documents for? Well, this is the trust. This helps you to establish your nation with your own laws that have to be respected, that protect you, your family, and all of that. This is why we're going into that. But you got to understand the game that's being played and how to use it to your advantage. Divine Queen said, I'm taking notes. All right, Divine Queen. All right, so now I want to get into this. If y'all don't have any questions about that, I want to thank all of y'all for joining me on YouTube. Thank you for joining me on TikTok. I want y'all to ask me questions. All right, Druck over there. Y'all have any questions, ask me. All right, now I want to go into benefits, because this is one of the questions that I've had a lot of people to ask. Diva, will I lose my benefits if I become sovereign? No. I need y'all to understand this once again. Any benefits that you get from the quote-unquote government, they belong to you already. I need to go into recognizing what the birth certificate is, understanding what, the Social Security number is. Now, also, let me take this back. Y'all have heard of when you authenticate your birth certificate, they'll tell you, do the non-Hague countries. Okay, see, a lot of people don't understand what the Hague and the non-Hague is, why you do a non-Hague country and all of that. Okay, the Hague is an organization that stepped in when the United States went into bankruptcy, all right, back in 1930s. And so it had to step in and give all of these laws that the United States had to be governed by, because they in bankruptcy. So now, one of those laws was dealing with the receipts and all of the things that they have to do. Like, this is why everybody like, oh, you better take your receipt. Here's your receipt, man. Why is that so big? Well, they can get in a whole bunch of trouble if these companies don't give you a receipt. That's part of the Hague. Another thing that they were responsible for is making sure that if there were, because you got to understand, the United States corporation is nothing but a credit union. That's all it is. And when your mother signs that birth certificate and gives that financial instrument, another financial instrument, it's a bond. The birth certificate is a bond. She gives that to the nurse, and the nurse runs off and sends it to the state, and the state sends it to the United States Corporation, which is owned by Britain, by the way. We're talking about the United States of America. We're not talking about the original United States of America. We're talking about the one owned by Britain. So they run off, and she gives your financial instrument and sends it off to the state. State sends it off to the U.S. corporation. All right. So now what has happened is your mother has invested in the U.S. corporation. It's a business. Like I said, a credit union. And with any credit union, there's a stipulation on how they're holding those funds. They can't just take the money and put it and do whatever they want to do with it. That's not how that works. They have to take those funds and they have to use those funds to your benefit. But they don't have to let you know that you have the funds. That's the problem. We've become ignorant about what belongs to us. We don't know what's going on. Some of us still don't recognize that the U.S. corporation is a British-owned organization. All right. So when your mother signed the birth certificate, this British organization, which is really like a credit union, is holding your funds. It's worth that bond at the time of your birth. Let's say it was $1 million. It was around $1 million. And so what the U.S. corporation does is they put those funds into an estate that's denoted by your all capital letter name and your social security number. All right. So they have a responsibility to take care of those funds. Those funds are for you. They can't just come and use them whenever they want to. And the deal is you have been signing off on all of these things with your social security number for the longest. You just didn't know you were doing it. Yolanda says, is that where our taxes go to? Britain? Absolutely. Foreign entities. When you're paying taxes, you're not paying anything to deal with anything building up, anything here in what we know of as North America. It's going to Britain. All right? When you're voting, your votes are dealing with a British organization. It has nothing to do with the United States of America. The United States Corporation is a British-owned corporation that has nothing to do with the true United States of America. They make you think it does, and that's why you keep voting on things that never benefit you. Well, we Democrat. No, we Republican now. No, we just changed. Oh, we're going to Democrat. And neither one of them did anything for you ever, but you can keep voting and hoping it'll change. But I digress. Getting back into this and understanding the laws, they cannot take the funds and just use them however they want to. It has to be for your benefit, and the only way it could be for your benefit is if you keep signing off on it. Okay? So now we're understanding this. I need you to recognize if you're getting benefits, whether it be Social Security, it be food stamps, it be any of that, please note it's all coming from your estate. Why? Nothing that they do, they can't create money. They cannot create anything of value. It all comes from you and your signature. So when you go to get food stamps or you got some benefits coming from your job or whatever, your VA benefits, it's still, did you get those people a Social Security number? Did you? Did you? Well, then it's coming from your estate because they can't create money. Only you can with your signature. The corporation, as my friend Stella says, is bankrupt. Thank you, Stella. So I hope you all are getting this point. Everything that they give you is yours already. They're just pulling it from your estate. They have not told you about it. All right? So if they got your Social Security number, note that anything that they're giving you is coming straight from your estate. And it is their responsibility. They have to put it in a fund. They got to put it in this fund such that you can have access to it. It can't just be mixed up with everybody else's stuff. It just can't be where they just take it and put it in their bank account. No, they have to put it in a fund because they have to be responsible. They are stewards of your funds. Now, I've talked about this. Have they been good stewards? Yeah. Have they been fair stewards? No. When I say good, I'm saying they got those funds in an estate. Those funds are denoted by your social security number and your all cap name. It's in an estate. And they know very well who it's coming from and when it's coming from and why. They've been good stewards. They have not been fair stewards. They have not told you about what you have. They have not told you about how to tap into the benefits that belong to you. They have not been fair. But the thing is, we have not been knowledgeable either. Because I'm going to let you all know, again, I said it before, your wealth is coming back to you. It is returning to you. But the question is, do you know how to be good stewards of your own funds? If somebody was to tell you right now, all right, this your $1 million now. This is yours. This is to help you for the rest of your life. Now make sure you take good care of this money because it's all you got for the rest of your life.